There is no time to waste this episode, people. We have got to get over our Love Island addiction. This is the final crash out of season 7 of Love Island. And honestly, we need to touch grass. So let's get this over with. Welcome into the pod, everybody. I'm so serious. There's not even time for segments today. We're not going to do reality check because we must talk about the Love Island reunion for the entire pod. So to do that, I'm going to bring in someone that I adore. Every time I talk to this person, I learn about how potentially toxic I might be in dating and love, how I might be the problem. Alessandra Conti's here with me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me
clock it.
Let us clock in. Clocking in.
First of all, grateful to have you here. For people who have not seen our conversations, because we've done this in quite a few different settings at this point, you are a matchmaker based in Los Angeles. Matchmakers in the City is what it's called. You've been on a number of different TV shows helping people, famous or not, find love. And so you are going to help us dig through the mess of this season of this show, season 7 of Love Island, to figure out, is there something we can learn here as a people? Perhaps,
right? Yeah.
So
there's so much.
And you and I can go for hours. That's why I was forget the segments. Let's just start it. Okay. And we're just going to go based on what I'm seeing on the internet.
Okay.
I need you to clear it up.
Amazing.
We need to put healthy dialogue in the atmosphere.
I love that. I'm so excited.
Yes.
I'm so ready for this, Ashley. And I just feel like this is the perfect outlet. I feel like you are the perfect person to really decompress about this Love Island. I would even call it an addiction.
You don't think? You think it's healthy what we're all doing?
No.
I have a flower in my hair.
Wait, we are fully. And okay, fun fact, I almost put the little beads in my hair.
No, I wish.
I bought them. Actually, I didn't buy them. One of my girlfriends bought them. Yeah. And when we went to Vegas, she put them all in her hair and we were Love Islanding.
I die.
Just Love Islanding.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Beautiful.
Okay, let's just go straight to it because everyone obviously is talking about Huda today, as we knew they would be.
My girl.
That's your girl? We can stop the episode. Cut the cameras. Alex, let's go.
Girl.
Your girl.
My toxic.
Okay.
Toxic.
I was going to say.
Queen.
This is going to be a very different pod here today.
Toxic queen.
Okay. I don't even know where to. Okay. Did Jeremiah love bomb her?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, okay, so I have a few different hot takes. I am actually a bit of a fan of...
Why, Alessandra?
I'm a fan of a love bomb. But
What?
I'm a fan of a love bomb when it turns into an actual relationship.
Okay.
So I think that the definition of love bombing is giving excessive adoration, affection, attention, giving just excessive in the very beginning. So that is love bombing. So technically, of course, as a matchmaker and a woman and a human being, that is not healthy if it ends. However, a lot of people, a lot of men, and especially these days, they can be lover boys. And that's just the way that they operate.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they are in a relationship.
Yeah.
So the only time a love bomber is actually a love bomber is when it ends. Okay.
Because it wasn't genuine.
Because because he just got so excited. So men that love bomb, a lot of times it's not nefarious. A lot of times it's not hyper calculated and manipulative. A lot of times it's just because they're really excited and this is what happens. They get this surge of hormones and then they're like, oh my gosh, I really like this girl. And I'm now just going to spew all of these words of affirmation. And oh my gosh, I thought of her. I'm thinking of her. So of course I'm going to text her and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And they've gotten bad names because they're...
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So you saw him as a lover boy.
So I see Jeremiah as a lover boy.
Okay.
I do.
I
do.
agree.
Yeah.
I never saw Love Bomb from him, but it's funny because after the reunion last night, the first episode started playing again, and immediately for everyone who forgets, because this feels like it was another lifetime ago.
It does.
They all got to kiss 2 people and then pick one to couple up with, and then you could steal, right? So he kisses Huda, or Huda kissed him, couples up with him. Then somebody went to kiss him and he gave the cheek.
He gave the cheek. He knew.
Ulissa, actually, which we all forgot about her. Yeah,
oh my gosh, rest in peace.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo!
So like, that, like, they were locked in from that moment. They were holding hands and they had just met. But like, again, I felt like from him, it was genuine. And then of course, Huda is like, oh yeah, this is my man. Like, why else would he do that? So I never saw love bomb. But then also, is she guilty of love bombing him? Or people have thrown other words around, but I won't throw them out. You're the professional. You tell me if what she was doing, because it's giving emotional abuse a bit.
Okay. No, I agree with you. And I think I agree. Everything you said is on point. Like 100% on
What's
point.
the caveat?
And I think that, and this is, see, in our culture, this is where this is the issue, because I think that there are really good, I don't think Jeremiah's a bad guy.
No.
I think that he was really genuinely, he saw, like, imagine Huda walks in, she is stunning, and she is a certain type. So I can just imagine him, he saw her, and then immediately he put all of these positive qualities on her.
Right.
So she's beautiful. So he said, oh, she must be so kind. Oh, she must be so feminine. Her hair is long. She's beautiful figure. She works out. She does all of this. So he automatically placed all of these elements on her that she hasn't earned. So then he got, and that's what happens in love bombing, or that's why once a guy then learns more about a woman, and he's learning like what happened with Jeremiah and Huda. He was like, oh, she's a bit of, if I'm not doing something perfectly, like make the perfect pancake, she is going to, really drag me through the house and kind of nag me through the day and be very argumentative. So this is why for men, it's a cautionary tale of why women get upset, and they think that they're like, well, you were obsessed with me in the beginning, but then what happened? It's like, because he like learned more about you and he realized he wasn't.
As the kids say on TikTok, it's the way you act. So,
oh my gosh.
Have you seen that?
No, I'm
like,
not really. I'm not.
Some guy was like, my ex asked, why are you still watching my stories when you broke up with me? And he was like, babe, it was never about the way you looked. It's the way you act.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
It's awful. It's awful.
I can't.
But anyway, okay. Well, that's
okay.
pretty
And
tragic.
I'm not condoning a man that then like all of a sudden ghosts a woman, or just like,
yeah, you could communicate.
Totally pulls back everything.
Yeah.
It's that communication. It's being verbal. It's being like, okay, you know what? Initially, I was really excited about you because I thought XYZ about you. So I think for men, that if you've ever gotten the feedback that like, I am that a woman is like, hey, listen, this man has been love bombing, you have been love bombing me. Take that feedback in and really think about it and self-discern and be like, okay, this is, and then you can explain it to the woman of like, hey, listen, I got really excited about you, but then I learned XYZ. So now I'm pulling back. And
is there a way as a woman to stop being attracted to love bombing?
I know it's so difficult. I think it's important to have awareness. I think awareness is key.
Yeah.
And also though, we work with a lot of women. Like we have a bachelorette right now that is dating this incredible guy, and he's doing all the right things. Like she had to go to Vegas for a trip, and this was literally third date. He was like, you know what? I'm going to fly to Vegas and I'll bring you out like when you're in Vegas. He was on like a business trip. She was on a business trip. And then, bringing her to beautiful restaurants and this, that, and the other. But that in itself is not bad. So what we're not going to do, like single girlies, don't discount a man because he's doing these good things.
Yeah.
Because he's bringing you to beautiful restaurants, because he's telling you he thinks you're beautiful, because of all of this. Those are not red flags. However, as a woman, it's important to do not sleep with a man. that in those initial in those initial moments,
just because he did something nice.
exactly.
Yeah.
You do not know this man.
He is a stranger.
A stranger.
Yes, yes.
Like, this man is a stranger. You don't know him. Time is a single girl's best friend. So what a woman can do.
Wait, I want to make sure time is a single girl's best friend. Time will always tell.
Time, as the great Justin Bobby once said, truth and time tells all.
Do the kids know Justin Bobby?
The kids
Look
have
up
no
Justin
idea.
Bobby.
The kids do not know who Justin Bobby is. And for that, I am so sorry,
so
to the children. But that's something that women can do, though, to protect themselves. Just don't sleep with a man until, at the minimum, you are officially boyfriend and girlfriend. Not just this exclusive BS.
Okay, so this is not real. Okay, so let's go to that, because we have two couples that we magically suspect, allegedly, legal department, that they broke up. Perhaps maybe were never together. So Pepe and Iris, and then Brian and Amaya are allegedly no longer together.
Yeah.
And there were signs. Okay. I thought. So you look at the reunion last night, for example, and Andy is like, Pepe and Iris, do you want to be together? And they kind of look at each other, and like, it wasn't like immediately yes. And Pepe honestly said, we have very different definitions of dating.
Yes.
And so Iris was like, well, not really different, but then she couldn't like get the words out of her mouth. And we're like, what? Yeah. This was like, do you have a publicist? Like, this is like, we know that you were going to get asked this today. But like, she was saying, I think he should ask me. And he was like, I think that dating, like I said, I'm dating you. Where did this come from? Is this a lack of accountability? Is this people needing to always have a wandering eye? Like, what is happening?
I think it's they need to be clear. Like, people need to be clear about like this exclusive but not boyfriend girlfriend. This is
to confirm that's fake. That's not real, you're saying. Exclusive versus
not a real thing.
What
do you mean you're exclusive but you're not boyfriend and girlfriend? That's not a real thing.
Right.
Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, listen, if we're going to label things, let's just like agree that no, if you are not dating any other people and you're not sleeping with other people, which is what I think that they mean by exclusive. So I think that when they're saying we're exclusive, I think in the Love Island language, it means that they're not sleeping with other people.
Which I think people have the same definition in real life. But you're saying, well, then what else is there to stop doing?
Yeah, like what does that mean? So then, but you're still talking to people, or you still dating people? So it really murks everything up. So I would encourage men and women to not go to dating to exclusive to boyfriend girlfriend. I would say go to dating to boyfriend girlfriend, because otherwise you get a situation where, Pepe or whoever it is doesn't really understand if you don't have it clearly defined. And I'm not saying that he's like super innocent, because allegedly something, happened in a hotel lobby or something. Something like that.
LAT.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like, horrifying. But also, he even said in that moment, he was like, well, we have different definitions. Yeah. So define it so that there's no
you're like,
confusion.
You should have never been sitting on that couch with different definitions. That should have never left that conversation. You should have figured it out.
Yeah. And it's not difficult. Like,
no, it's not.
Just, and also there's nothing wrong with, and I think that like something that Love Island does so well is allowing people to date and allowing people to explore connections, because as we saw with Jutta, oh my gosh, with Hudda and Jeremiah, as we saw, you could have a very wrong first impression of somebody because it's, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah judged the book. And then he was like, he opened the book and he was like, oh, no, close the book.
I don't know what this says. What does it mean?
Like, what does this even mean?
So
like,
true.
I don't understand. And
oh my God, it's
like
so
I
true.
said, I love Huda. I think she's fabulous. So another man will open the book and be like, oh, I love it all. Let me heal this. Let me like work on this, da-da-da. Jeremiah opened it and he was like, closing it. But I think that that's also why what they do in Exploring Connections is actually super healthy. The wonky part is when they then go to that next weird
closed off, exclusive,
I'm
boyfriend,
closed off.
girlfriend.
Okay, if you're closed off,
Are you?
What does that
girlfriend?
mean? Like, let's then make a very verbal definition and agree to that. And if you can't agree to that, date. Don't be closed off if you don't agree with what that means.
Yeah.
But
okay.
that's my opinion.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I have to pull over though, because
Yeah.
you said Huda's fabulous. And
I
I
love her.
it's throwing me.
No, I know it's so
Alessandra,
throwing you. I know.
Because,
I know.
okay, here's the thing. I must know. She's like watching the montage of her being like a toxic, wildly toxic person. And
and
it's
they
like,
didn't even put everything in there. Like,
it
that was my
wasn't
favorite
even
thing. Like,
half. It wasn't even half. And like, I was shocked that like Jeremiah never got to say how it felt to be screamed at from across the villa. And like, you know, her and Chris having that awkward moment. Cinema, by the way, when the singer comes out as they're breaking up. But like, what is the fascination with her? Because I'm concerned. Like, if I'm in her life, I want her to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Like, as we all should, by the way.
No,
but
everybody.
like, I was scared.
No, I understand. I am a Huda apologist for several reasons.
That's crazy.
I am a Huda apologist for several reasons. I'm
horrified.
I feel like so I work with a lot of Middle Eastern people.
Okay.
And I coach and I matchmake a lot of Middle Eastern. And I also live in Los Angeles. So a lot of my friends are very passionate Arab or any of that culture, culture that Huda very much is. So I understand her from that level, having had girlfriends that are very similar to Huda, very emotional, very passionate, very just like openly expressing their emotions in an unhinged way, nonetheless.
So it's familiar, but that doesn't make it right.
It's familiar for me. And that's why I have such a love for her, because she like reminds me of one of my best girlfriends.
What is something that you think she perhaps could have taken accountability for last night that she did not? I just maybe one thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think, okay. So from her perspective, this is it. Like, I can understand from her perspective, because she was once Jeremiah told her all of the quote unquote love bombing things, or told her all of these things, and was locked in with her, even though they said, oh, we're not officially locked in or whatever. Once Jeremiah planted those seeds, she thought like, oh, this is my man. And that's what, I forget who it was that had come in being like, oh, you kept saying, this is your man. This is your man. Oh, wait, was that about
That
Huda?
was Alandria.
Oh, that was Alandria. Alandria. But Huda was very much like,
yeah, she was.
She was territorial.
Yeah.
And so I understand when you think that this is your man, you are now territorial. So again, I'm understanding her perspective. And then when this happens, that she forgot that she was on Love Island. And I think that was the big problem. She forgot that like, oh no, you don't know this man. You are on Love Island.
So she should maybe own that she forgot the premise of the show.
Yes, she forgot the premise of the show.
Mind.
She lost her
perhaps
marbles.
went to ham on everyone she interacted with.
And she
great.
went, exactly.
I can go for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
amazing.
Again, I am an apologist.
That's crazy. That I'm shocked.
I know.
don't know if
but
you and I
also,
have ever
I'm Italian.
disagreed on
No.
something.
I know. I'm also Italian, and like I'm like, oh, the Middle Eastern culture. It's also like the Italian culture. Like we have it's just there are these elements that I see, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, okay, without any, it's kind of like this raw, emotional, like she expressed all of these things that a lot of people repress. So she was
Which would make sense why she has this huge fan base, and some of us are watching are we watching the same show?
100%.
That's a fair
She's
assessment.
Expressing what it's so like everyone's like, oh my gosh, how could she do that? But there's a whole subset of our population that gets it.
Yeah.
That's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, if some guy had just been whispering in my ear that he's going to come with me to meet my family, meet my daughter, meet my this, meet my that, of course I'm going to be like, do not touch my man.
Yeah, sure.
And
but
so
then it also looks wild when then you touch someone else's man.
No. It is totally hypocritical.
Okay,
1,000%. It's
Yeah.
100% hypocritical. I'm not saying I agree in any way, shape, or form with any of the way that Huda handled herself.
Yeah.
But I understand it.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
And so you mentioned Nick and Alessandra. And I just will say as a viewer, like while we're transitioning from Huda to Nick and Alessandra, that I feel like Huda might be having a slightly easier time outside the villa if she had done what she promised she would do for Alessandra and Shelley, which was post and say, leave them alone, please. So that is my wish. And by the way, Huda, there's still time to do that. Instagram,
there's
still
totally
online,
time.
and you can still do that and ask people to stop being mean to them.
Yeah.
But to go to Nick and Alessandra, first and foremost, there's so much to learn from Taylor and Alessandra because so many people on the internet are like, on what planet is Alessandra not your type? And so I feel like there is something here about you could be the most beautiful, amazing, whatever girl, but ... Like, what is the lesson there? Because that continues to blow my mind that this man who, I'm going to keep it cute, but like,
keep it,
he's no Michael B. Jordan.
No,
and
he's
so
no
the
Michael
fact
B. Jordan.
that he can sit there and say that about someone like Alessandra, who is a 10 and smart and all these things, like, what the hell is that?
No, I completely agree with you. I think that it's just such a good lesson for all women.
Yeah.
That like a man, you could be as beautiful, as poised, as kind, as self-aware, as loyal as Alessandra, and you could still, and there's a man that will not see your worth. And that's just life.
So when you see that, like, let's say you're matching someone and you see that.
Yeah.
What do you tell that woman? And also, does the man indicate that to you, or do you have to say to him, hey, I just think you're not into her? Like, I don't get why it was so difficult for him to just say that or detach.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it is I think he wanted to stay in the game.
Sure.
So unfortunately, I think if maybe it were a more real world scenario, but you do also, it kind of was reminiscent of a guy that is like with a woman for 7 years and doesn't propose, like
Sheesh.
Just they live together.
Yeah.
They're, they've been together. They're that couple. They've been together for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then they break up and literally in like 4 months, the next girl he ends up getting married to. And that's exactly, I think he was comfortable. He felt safe. He didn't have a bad time with her. He thought she was great. He really enjoyed her. But that chemistry for him, that spark, that whatever it is, was not there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me and for as a matchmaker and having done this for 13 years, working with men and working with women, I always encourage men and women to really do gut checks. If they're like on the first date, if they're not attracted to the person, for women, we usually say, if you are not repulsed on the first date, give the man a second date.
Wait, really? Why?
Give the man a second date. As long
not
as
repulsed.
as long as you're not repulsed, and also as long as the guy has the deal breakers that you're looking for. Do they want to get married? Do they want to have kids? Is religion compatible? Also, does he have a good job? Does he have a good career? Because a lot of men who are great at dating are typically not great at relationships.
You've said that to me before, and I repeat that weekly. I just want to please say that one one more time.
Yes. Men who are great at dating
Uh-huh.
are typically not great at relationships. And it's something that women struggle with because they'll go on a first date and they'll be like, I didn't feel a spark. Bye.
Yeah.
And then they won't even give the man a second date.
Right.
So I tell women, unless you are repulsed, give the man a second date. After the
Wild.
second date, if you're still not feeling like anything, if you're like, okay, this is kind of a struggle, then, or if he says something, even on the first date, if he says something that's like totally off the rails,
Yeah.
then don't give him a second date. But if everything else is, you're like, oh, everything else lines up. I'm neither here nor there. Give him a second date.
Okay, so can I ask you, this is about me now. You guys aren't even here.
Of course.
So how do you, there's the gut check,
but
then there's also, if you're not repulsed, give him another chance.
Yes.
How do you know which one is which, or which one to believe?
Yes. So gut check for women, I say, should come after date 2, date 3.
Okay.
Where you really are like, okay, let me sit with this. How am I feeling? There's a great list of questions that, oh my gosh, Logan Uri has, that we've pulled a few of those questions in our questionnaire just as people go on dates when they go, like at my company. We have a team of matchmakers. So after every date, the men and women fill out date feedback forms, and then they do a post-date coaching meeting with one of the matchmakers. So then they go through those different questions.
Yeah.
So Logan Uri, I'm forgetting the name of her book, but just Google Logan Uri. She's wonderful. There's a list of questions that she has that you guys can easily use.
And what do they get to? Just like values and stuff?
Yeah, it gets to like, how did my body feel during this date? Like, was I attracted to this person?
Oh, okay.
Did I feel attractive in the presence of this person? Like, what was the conversation? So like different, they're basic, but it's also kind of more than just the surface things. But yes, for women, I think that it's important to do that. To keep tracking it if you're dating, but also to really kind of make that decision after date 3 to be like, how am I really feeling? Like, and for women, if you're dating with the intention of marriage, which a lot of the women, I mean, all of the women, with the exception of a few of the older women that, they're now traveling and they want their companion, which is great. But a majority of our clients are dating with the intention of finding their husband. So if that's the journey that they're on, after that third date, to do that gut check so that you don't get even more emotionally involved in somebody that you don't think is going to be your future husband.
Yeah. And I will say, like I said on a previous episode, that I don't think Alandria, if she would have done her gut check, would have been like, I really like this guy. I think 100%. He just logically made sense in her life, and she wasn't actually checking to see like, do I feel connected to this person, to be fair. So I think I do agree with you that like in the real world, hopefully it would not have lasted as long as it did in the villa. But I'm almost afraid to ask you this now that we've disagreed on Huda. Like,
but Huda is such, I know, please don't. It's so hard. I'm so sorry.
But I still don't understand how people don't see Nick and Alandria, like how they don't get that, like, I'm not saying that like I know they're gonna get married. I hope they do. I want them to be together forever. But
God, I just
don't do this to me. You
I'm
can't
sorry.
tell me that you don't see it.
Okay, I see it. I definitely see it. But I also think I am not. I mean, listen, I love Nick in the sense that I think he's adorable. I think he's gregarious.
Yeah.
I think he's the best personality. Like, what a good guy friend to have.
Oh,
what a fun guy to travel with, to party with. Like, all of these things. Chef's kiss. Nick is fabulous.
But what?
I would not set that man up.
What? Him of everyone on that show?
Would not. Oh my word. This man that if you actually watch his interactions with women, when he was sleeping with Sierra,
yeah,
he was saying, yeah, I think you're attractive, and I'm not really locked in. I'm not locked in with anybody. Like, it's not that serious. Like, I can't. And like, he said this to like multiple women, and you're sleeping with Sierra. And then he literally becomes exclusive with Sierra. Of course, obviously, Sierra gets kicked off the show.
Does.
Bless her heart. R.I.P. Sorry, honey. Next time, scrub your social media, and also like don't. Yeah, like it boggles my mind that wasn't flagged and clocked.
Yeah,
prior.
background checks were
wild. But all of that to say, I love Alessandra so much, and I think she deserves a king. I think she deserves the best guy.
Yes.
And so to me, I'm looking at this man in the way that you were locked and you were exclusive, you were official with this woman that just left.
But he did not seem, he kind of just seemed like he was going with the motions with Sierra, in my opinion.
I know,
which is all we knew of him.
Not good. Like,
but I think it's same as like what Taylor was doing with Alessandra. Like, but his mom came in and said something interesting for Family Day, which was that she sees him like manning up to like be enough for Alessandra.
I hope that he rises.
But is that a thing? Like, if a man meets a woman and is like, oh, I need to be a little bit more to like be what she needs, can you trust that? Or is it an act and he'll get tired eventually?
I think that it is the exception and it is not the rule. So it is the exception that a man meets an exceptional woman and he says, and this is what my fingers are crossed, my fingers are clicking and my fingers are crossed that this is going to happen with Nick and Alessandra. Not because I love Nick so much. It's because I love Alessandra so much and I want her to have the best man ever. And that's what she deserves.
Yeah.
So to be clear, it is because of my love for Alessandra that I hope that Nick steps up, rises to the occasion, sees the bar, and then rises to it.
Totally.
However, to be completely honest, I'm already unimpressed.
Why?
Because they're not even official.
She wants to model. He takes her to model. She wants to go to Europe. He takes her to Europe. Like, what more?
Why are they not boyfriend, girlfriend?
Brian is letting girls drive the boat in the club. I mean, dang.
Why has he not been like, hey, I want to be exclusive boyfriend, girlfriend?
Who, Nick and Alessandra?
Nick and Alessandra.
They literally just coupled up at the end.
No, I know, but I just don't. I don't know. I'm very wary. I'm very wary.
This is how I thought you would feel about Huda. This is what confuses me. Not to go back there again.
I get it.
But like, that is so interesting. So can I? Yeah. Okay. Obviously everyone knows I'm obsessed with Ace and Shelley. I crashed out on the internet when they were voted off.
Oh my God, I know.
I'm
I do
thrown off
love Ace and Shelley.
I adore them. I think that they feel really genuine to me.
So genuine.
But so why aren't they all people boyfriend and girlfriend?
It's weird.
And the people I was watching with, no one else thought it was weird, but I was like, they were exclusive in the villa. Like they are different than most, where they were locked in before they left.
Yeah.
And I also love that they have not really been on social media a lot. Like they're trying to be strategic and protect their peace and all these things. Like they seem locked in on one accord. They're adorable. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Why aren't they boyfriend and girlfriend? And what is this whole like, I want to do a big gesture? Like, okay, do it.
Yeah, just do it. What are you waiting for?
What is that? Is it?
I don't know. I also feel like Shelley is kind of going through it right now. Like I feel like her sparkle is just like a little bit like
this was
dulled.
Heavy for her, which I understand. Like I can't imagine. We've seen a lot, but like even just like when I post about this show, the things people say, so I can't imagine what her social media looks like. Like I probably would not be sparkling.
No, I know.
Either.
I'm like, people are gonna hate me and cancel me for liking Huda. But whatever, it is what it is. I love her. I love her so much. I am an apologist. My friends all think I'm crazy. They're like, Allie, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I can't help it. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I just love my girl. Yeah. I'm like, all right, she's mad. Look at her go. Look at her go. Her passion. But all of that to say, no, I mean, yeah, I think with Shelley, like, I almost feel like I feel like Ace is taking it so seriously. Like, I do think of all of them, I do think that Ace has really good intentions with Shelley.
Agree.
And I think he does take it so seriously and he wants the ask to be perfect.
Okay.
But I also would encourage him, again, like what we keep saying, how long has it been since they've been out of the villa? Like 2 months? A month?
Something like that.
2 months. Like enough time has passed.
Yeah.
You've been in the real world. You've seen what goes on. Maybe they wanted to wait for the reunion just in case anything popped up that they were like,
that's fair.
Oh, something weird is happening, but it's time.
And by the way, I'm not even saying that like you know enough, be boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm saying you want to be boyfriend and girlfriend, so why aren't you? It would be different if they were like, we would like more time, blah, blah, blah. Then I'd be like, totally great.
Yeah.
As long as you're on the same page. I just don't get why we're on the same page. We want that and we're not.
100%. I completely agree. I think there's something I think they were maybe waiting for the reunion. Now that we're processing this together, because it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that threw me.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. But it also, I'm old school. Like, and maybe this is me just being an old school gal and like of the I'm a millennial. I'm not Gen Z. So like, maybe it's because to me, the step before boyfriend, girlfriend is so unnecessary that like, just because I'm old school. So at the minimum, our rule, waiting until at the minimum to be physical when like until you're in an exclusive committed boyfriend girlfriend relationship. At the minimum, we work with a lot of Christian and Catholic clients that are waiting for marriage and chef's kiss.
Amen.
Go for it, honey.
Blessed.
I love that journey. That is beautiful. That's the real journey. Okay, don't have sex until you're married.
USA.
Yes, Love Island, USA. Don't do it. But in this world, as I put my society cap on, I'm like, listen, okay, secular advice, no, like you still,
they need to be committed to you.
They need to be boyfriend, girlfriend at the minimum. Like objectively speaking, you could have a little Shelly, a little like, there's just a whole thing. I can't with this whole thing. I can't with all these steps. I can't.
No, I agree with you. Cause it's all just like trying to delay something that you don't actually want to do. So that's what's going on. To step on my soapbox, we're in a patriarchal society.
Yes.
Men want to get at you. And so instead of just saying, I want to get at you, they create all these steps so that they can have you at no price and then move on. Anyway, that's my soapbox.
Yeah. And then the women end up being the ones that are left so confused.
Exactly.
And traumatized by traumatized by these men.
Losers.
So, exactly. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like it's kind of been masqueraded to women as this empowering thing. Oh, just sleep with guys whenever. It doesn't matter, whatever. No, but it's literally the opposite of that. Totally. It's giving men
interesting.
Just giving them everything. The women have to then deal with that not even shame it, because it's just that terrible feeling of being like, wow, I just gave a lot and now this is a love bomber and not a lover boy. Yeah. And we only want lover boys here. We don't want love bombers.
Yeah. Before we get to the end, which obviously we've already gone too long, and that's fine. We're gonna keep all of it. We're gonna keep all of it. But Amaya and Brian, because I feel like at this point we have forgotten that they actually won, because we talk about everyone else more, which I think, there's a reason for that. Yeah. Did you ever buy that? Like, there was just always something, like, I believe they were attracted to each other, but I also think that, and by the way, we're all guilty of this. I feel like he defended her one time and then it became like, oh yeah, me and you. And it's like, no, like, he was being a decent human. That doesn't mean literally you date him.
Exactly. He was literally it was the bare minimum.
The bar is in hell.
The bar
yeah, he literally was like, hey, no. Like,
he was like,
let
actually,
her be her. It's like, okay, you don't get a Nobel Peace Prize for that.
No. I mean, allegedly what's going on right now is they both unfollowed each other.
Sure did.
Both confirmed, unfollowed. Allegedly, he was the one that allegedly was unfaithful. Allegedly.
I saw the videos and it was enough for me. Just
I
like
didn't see
not
the videos. I didn't see them.
I mean, we all define cheating differently, right? Yeah. But I don't think anyone would have enjoyed seeing their man like standing on a bar, like pouring alcohol into strangers' mouths with their shirts off. Where's your shirt? We're inside.
Sir, where is
dark
your shirt?
Outside. Where is your shirt?
Your
Where's your Did you lose it? Is it an emergency?
It's in Fiji.
It's in Fiji. We're not in the villa. You need clothes out here.
I'm dead. No, I mean, okay. Objectively speaking,
sure.
Amaya won Love Island. Like,
that's correct.
Amaya.
Which wrong show.
Like,
but yeah.
Give Amaya all of the money.
He bought a Rolex for defending a woman. Like, this is the society we live in.
No.
He literally got to buy a Rolex.
Like, literally give Amaya everything. I feel like that should be the stipulation. Like, if a guy cheats, they should have like a prenup when based on the winning couple. Like with The Bachelor. Remember, they would have to, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, if they got engaged.
Yeah.
So Neil Lane provided the diamond ring.
Yeah.
And then if the couple broke up before the year, I think, was it a year or 2 years? They had to give back the ring. So it should be the same thing.
I wonder if there was something like that with the reunion, because why would all that come out the day of the reunion? That's not a coincidence.
Yeah, it's definitely not a coincidence. Something's
going on.
Something is going on.
Okay.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like you have to be in a couple until the reunion.
Yeah.
And then, like, we don't know this contract. We're literally just, we're just kikiing. Okay.
No, literally.
Like, we really are. But yeah, there must be something there.
There's something.
But yeah, Amaya Papaya, like, has my heart and soul. Like, she is.
No, yeah, she
the
singularly
sweetest,
is a lovely person.
She won. And yeah, and I think that all of those men, the second that they heard that she was America's favorite, they went and they were like, all right,
yeah.
I am now going for Amaya.
Yeah.
So no, I think, Brian, no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Amaya deserves the sweetest, a really genuine good guy. But that's also why I'm kind of going back on my initial thing of like, be exclusive immediately or be boyfriend, girlfriend immediately. I think it is important to see how people operate outside of the villa. Like, even with Austin, like Austin outside of the
we don't
villa.
even have time for Austin.
Yeah, we don't even have time for Austin.
He wasn't even on our planet.
Yeah, he wasn't on the planet.
He wasn't. That's so funny. Okay. So I know we said no segments today, but you brought your sunglasses.
I did.
Okay, great. Let's put our sunglasses on
okay.
to close this out, honey.
Fabulous.
This season of Love Island that traumatized us all. Okay. So I always end the shows. You have to give your hot take. Those are beautiful. You have to give your hot take on the finale, and you have to start it with not to be messy, but. And so basically, I want to know from you if you think any of the couples are built to last, and like whatever your hot take is on that.
Whew. Well, not to be messy, but I predict all of the couples of this season of Love Island will be broken up by the end of the year. All of them.
You didn't even need time to think.
Broken up. And Huda will be queen. Huda will be the queen. Give her every brand deal.
Alessandra, no.
Give her a BetterHelp brand deal.
No.
Give her BetterHelp.
That we can agree on. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. You did that so fast. Okay. What's mine? Not to be messy, but I think that all of the hate and negativity toward Ace and Shelley and Nick and Alandria will leave them as the last two standing. I think that especially Ace and Shelley, built to last. Like, I think that your hate is only motivating them. And I think that they're going to make it. I do. And if I'm Delulu, then I'm Delulu. And I'll die on that hill.
You know what?
That's
Actually,
how I feel.
I forgot about Ace and Shelley. So maybe they're the one couple that will last. I think they're the one couple that will last.
Yeah.
But that also already a few of them have gone. So this isn't that much of a hot take. It's
know.
just that
We'll
Nick and Alondra, I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, Alessandra Conti.
Prove me wrong, Nick. Prove me wrong.
Prove her wrong, Nick. I'm begging you. Big Belgian. He can do it. Thank you so much for being here. I adore you. You know that. This was so much fun for me, guys. Not to be dramatic, but Netflix says I can't talk to you anymore. See you later.